Hello everyone. Today, if you see this, remember that the cold is coming. It is winter now, and for some places on earth it will be really cold, and other places you will get cold when you're not used to being cold. Like where it can be warm, you might get cold. But I am not an expert, so don't listen to me. I prefer to be wrong. We have just had a solar storm 2 days ago, and they said it was a negative solar storm. So if you look at a wave in the ocean, the top of the wave is the positive and the bottom of the wave is the negative. So we had the bottom of the wave hit Earth, and it was like up to a 10 or 9 in strength. And that sounds like, what did that do? Well, that was harsh for Earth, and it charges the storms. So if we already had storms on the weather report, so if you 3 days ago looked at the weather report and saw that a storm is coming, well, now that storm is charged because of that solar wind. So if you remember, 2024 November, we had a solar storm hit one of the storms and supercharged it from a 1 to a 5 in like one day. So you know what I'm talking about. So just be aware and prepared. If you don't have water in your faucet at home, maybe you should go and buy some water. If you have not that much food at home, maybe you should have food for a week or food for 2 days or something like that. Just be prepared. And if it's cold indoors, then just put outdoor clothes on you when you're indoors, because it might get cold. And USA is already feeling this because they have some kind of winter storm effect. Russia has a winter storm effect already before this solar storm hit, and I don't know what's going to happen, but sometimes even the earthquakes get charged because the solar storm, it can be magnetic sometimes, and in the middle of the earth we have this magnetic field because of the iron, that is melted iron in the middle of the earth, and because of the negative part and the positive part of the floating iron in the middle of the earth, then this can get påverkat. It can be affected by the magnetic field of the storm, of the solar storm, and that could actually make earthquakes and lava flow and eruptions like that. So that is not impossible, that is possible, but like I said, I am not an expert. You can look up all of this. The date of the event was 2026 January 19 to 20, and the effect would be up to 22-24. So you can look that up on internet. It's possible to teach yourself everything that is possible to know. Just because I know something doesn't mean that it's right, and just because internet knows something doesn't mean that it's right. We always have to check more than one source to know if anything is correct. I have looked up 3 sources this morning. I saw that we had that the numbers was up in 9 and 10, and I was like, I have to check this out. Something is going to happen. And just because of that, I looked up all about the solar storm and all about the effects, and so you can actually look this up. It was an X-class solar flare, and the date of the solar flare was 2026 January 19 to 20. So, and the effect should be to 22 or 24. So you can look that up. Yes, God bless everyone, and remember to sometimes we buy fresh food like milk and yogurt that would keep for a week, right? But if you have stuff that would keep longer, then you could have like a pantry of stuff that you could eat when the electricity is going out, because the refrigerator stuff would get bad. But if you are in a cold area, then that wouldn't matter because you could put it outside in the snow. So depending on where you are, you should always be ready with a food pantry that has food that doesn't need electricity for the duration of electricity shutdown. So yes, just be aware and prepared. Aluminium blankets, very effective. Yeah, aluminium blankets, that's like $1 a piece. That's very effective. God bless everyone. Bye.